Welcome, everyone. Fatty Hemsey here from lovely downtown, or should I say, southeast of downtown Naples. We're in the countryside, and Advil Tico is having a blast. Uh, this is Cape Naples, yes. Don't Google it. You're not going to find it. Somebody tried to do that. Yeah. Anyhow, hey, Tom. How are you, sir? Welcome. Today is the 18th of June. As you know, tomorrow is a holiday. We usually have these on a Wednesday. Now we're having it Tuesday. As always, it's posted here. You can see that right here, what the next meeting is. Notice we moved it to 4 p.m., which is 2100 Zulu. That's GMT, not London time, but GMT, okay, because this doesn't change. So Zulu is a zero meridian, so you don't have a, it was created by the British Navy to help the British Empire to see what they are at any given time. Of course, everybody's Navy and Air Force has taken up, but this says off absolute time where we start. Used to be 4:30 or 5. We're noticing it's a lot better to do it early because a lot more people are around. So this is time. Real quick comments. As you know, Thomas joined us. Used to be a Thomas the Guru. He used to be a client here for a couple of years, and now he's running our ES room. Very pleased with that. You can monitor it. No need to log in. We remove all of that. You jump in. You see what we have done and what he has done. There's a timestamp here. We report it after the after trade is closed. Not necessarily after the end of the day, but after the trade is closed. That means entry and exits. Entries are only posted in the chat room live. But once we get an exit, and then Nancy is our arbiter, Nancy Scott, which is AKA my Airbus. She comes and verifies everything, and boom, it goes there. We do, and then so we have two eyes on target. So it's fair to everybody. We've added audio, we've added better screen. Now we had 49-inch Sony high res. Charts look a lot better. Yeah, and then we've added font. I mean, start using it. It's there. We added font to zoom and color, and now he's announcing a trade they're going in. So it alerts you even if you're not looking at the screen. Bunch of people there, about 30 people right now signed up in the first 2 weeks. Actually, we emailed this 1 week now. So because we had to have some data first before we could email. So we wait for 1 week, we start emailing. It's phenomenal. And I've already signed up 2 new affiliate groups who's starting sending this to their group, to their people. Both are active. One went active, I think Friday morning. One went active earlier today. So, and there's one big affiliate who wants to talk. We're gonna chat. No worries. Dip discounts up front. Almost nothing to get in. Just to the money up front, the $7 is verification with PayPal, and also now we've switched for NDA, the card NDA through DocuSign. There's no way we can manage this manually. It's much easier to everybody. They file it, you just sign it, and boom, it goes. Okay, no cost to you on that. So we pay that. What else? Once we get to 50 trades, the price will change slightly for the monthly and also the upfront. The free 60 days will be a little bit higher. It won't be free per se, but will be higher because now it's proven itself. We did this for those who are going to give us a feedback. We always do it. If you've been with us, we've been around 25 years. We give discounts in mass upfront. If somebody comes 3 months from now, request a free trial, we say no. The results are there. We have people who've been with us, and those are the results. Uh, if your dog ate the email, you know what? Don't shoot the dog. Like Robert, who was it that? Who was it? Who that was? No. Oh no, the South Dakota idiot. You know, the governor. Yeah. Don't do that. Uh, instead, uh, you may want to change your email service. That's probably more proper. Anyhow, aside from that, I don't know what to tell you. It's an easy way to make some serious money. When was the last time you made 360% in 2 weeks? If you did, bring me a set statement. I'll give you a free 6 months. 2 weeks, you made 360. Different trade, same asset. Same asset. I'll give you 6 months free. But I need your statements. Okay, thanks. Next. Okay, let's get going here. Oh, econ calendar. I know I was missing something. Hold on. Econ calendar. Let's go here. Uh, Nancy, how are you? Let me get you another side. Yeah, there we go. As Nancy's our Airbus, and she's been with me about 20 years now, and so she's my eye and ears. So she watches everything for me. We had an issue with our servers. She caught it the other day. We got it fixed immediately. It wasn't my fault. It was not anybody's fault other than me. Empire State came in. That was on Monday. Much better than before, from expectation. Here was before really bad. Expectations improved. Then it blew really up. Listen, the economy is very strong. Unemployment, 50-year low. Oil prices have held up. Inflation is zero as of last month to month. I'm talking about, not year to year. And we're at 40,000 on the Dow, and S&P and Nasdaq all-time high. So that's why these numbers should be strong. And as Admiral Tico last October said, what he said, no rate cuts in 2024. Right now, there's a talk that maybe the Fed is hinting maybe there's one in December. We went back to Admiral Tico. We got a mistake from Jimmy Pease. Dennis knows what I'm talking about. And we said, hey, can you give us a quick brief rundown on this? He goes, no, no mas. Because remember, he's Chihuahua. He said, no mas. No more rate cuts this year. That's done. And of course, in Tico, we trust. So I think that's where we're heading. Let's see. Retail sales came in today. 0.1 expectation was 0.3, a little softer there. We're at 12 handle up on NQs. I'll take a look at quickly on overnight to see on the other screen. We're up 15 on S&Ps. Yeah, I want to get short on S&Ps because I think we're going to talk about a little bit in a bit. Because we're really up there. But I don't see the setup yet. I'm going to show you. Next, let's see what else we had today. Industrial production. Where are we on this? Now, I didn't get a chance to see this today, guys. Nancy watches this. She posts stuff in the chat rooms. I did not see it. Look at that. 0.3, 0.9. They wanted 0.2, came 0.9. Manufacturing capitalization is a little bit, tad more. But this, to me, this is a tough one to have a good, consistent or clear time series. But that's just my personal opinion as an ex-bond trader. Where you look at the economic data like it's word of God. Sometimes even better. Yeah, this moves the market. Sometimes word of God doesn't. Business inventory came in line. No biggie. Now, going forward into tomorrow we'll close. I don't know what the hell that is. We keep having our indices built up, just like ETFs we have. The big number to me is the next 2 days. Hold on, let's get that in the background done. Okay, that's making a backup. Let's do that. Housing starts. This is coming up on Thursday. Probably will give us some rock and roll. I don't see these numbers really jumping up because mortgage rates are up there. So you got to look at starts on permits. It's usually off because you're projecting forward. But in terms of they're trying to project what interests are going to be, that's not easy. Figure out what Fed is going to do, in my humble opinion, it's probably a bit easier than what the mortgage market is going to do as a whole. Fed is one entity. Mortgage market is a very competitive world. I dabbed in it for a while, for a couple of years, and I said that's not for me. I'm back then we were doing Alt-A, so I didn't have much of a competition in the, let's say, Brentwood, Beverly Hills market. But this is what I love. This is what I love. The trading part, the analytic part, the algorithm part. You couldn't have that in the mortgage business. Unless you're in a special area, but then you don't have a lot of customers. So you have to charge a lot. Charles, how are you? Welcome, sir. Rare meeting on Tuesday because tomorrow is closed. Markets are closed. We'll be putting it together now. Of course, it's being recorded. We'll be posting it shortly. That was just a reconnection of the data. When TradeStation goes to do a backup, it drops the link. Okay, housing starts. I think you probably should be looking at somewhere that just a tad at consensus or maybe below because of where the rates are. Jobless claims, I don't know, forget it. Philly Fed, this is Mid-Atlantic activity. We've gone, they're expecting a little bit better. I think you guys see that one also better. Range is huge, but I think maybe 5, 5 or 6 on Thursday. Yeah. Kurdikan, who cares? That's not what I understand. You got Barking speaking, and Daly. There was somebody else speaking today, though. Collins, who the hell's Alberto Musalom? I don't know that. Lori Logan, of course, and Cooler. These are new guys. This might be new stuff that Biden put in as on the board of governors. Uh, Home sales. This is the one I want to look at. This is probably is the number this week to watch. Remember, last week was PPI, CPI. Week before that was non-farm. As a bond trader, you live and die with these numbers, so you get that cycle in your head. 414, 410 consensus. I think it's going to be in line. I think. More or slightly lower, just because of where the rates are holding. I know. I look at some of my friends, traders from Chicago. Their wives are in the. And Dennis knows some of them too. Their wives are in real estate. I look at what they're doing. They're leasing other properties, third party leasing. Okay, there's some land sales. These are not a robust two-way markets in terms of real estate. That is, they're done doing that. The rates are holding them up. They're going to periphery to create some cash flow. So, or taking a lot of vacations. If the market is good, why are you taking so much vacation? Oh, because you have money? No, no, no. There's nothing to do here. You're taking time off. And it's summertime. I understand that. But you could see it in their posts. The intensity of they had about their inventory is gone. Why? The interest rates. So we're going to wait for that. We're going to see if the rates get a little bit better. I think 2025 rates will be better, slightly lower. Yeah, I think so. My biggest problem right now is really Putin. My biggest problem is Putin because he's a wounded animal in a box. And who knows what he's going to do, what he's sending with his nuclear forces visiting Cuba. It's not for Bejiques. He's not trying to import some Bejiques. I don't think he even smokes. For your information, Bejique was made for Comandante Fidel, and it's a very very fine cigar. But of course, Putin with all the money he stole, 200 billion, he can afford it. But I'm more worried about what the missile carrying submarines and the frigates are doing down there. I understand Canada's got something down there to observe them. So it's a tricky area. We're going to get to some charts here in a moment, and that I'm going to translate to what I'm thinking, or maybe. I hope I'm wrong, okay? But that's the downside. The upside is the economy. The economy looks good. The only thing that would pressure it down is that. The problem is that's the impulse. So you don't know where that, again, the spike you see in VIX. We don't know how to time that. Anybody who knows how to time that, I'll sign up. It doesn't happen. Okay, let's go to charts. Again, I'm trying to be out of here by 5. No, it's not hot date. I've had a couple of hot dates recently, and one of them even pan out. So forget it. It's like a bad trade. Yeah, exactly. So here's really the biggest story right here. All-time high. Look at the spread. I mean the breadth. Both this breadth is at that decline. There's two ways of looking at it. The old traditional way was McClellan oscillator. Why is it so low? We're all-time high. Something is wrong here, guys. This is a red flag. Why is the breadth thrust so low? Look at NASDAQ. Look, we're going to parabolic and breadth thrust is this low. Something is off. This is the same breadth thrust we have used before. Nobody has touched these formulas. This machine, I don't work on these. These are done. They're useful. They've been there. The stuff I work on, I don't even show. As like a next gen trend following system to replace Orb. That we don't show. Okay, and it's still in the works. This have not touched. The CIs are rising. We have pretty good readings here. You see the red line coming on. So the moment that slope changes, we're topping. That's what I'm waiting for. All right. Let's go to equal weighted versus capex. Here's your equal weighted. Not very strong here. Not this was a little bit better, but it still has not made new highs. This is all the names in Nasdaq 100. This is all names in the S&P 500 using an arithmetic number, not even average, just arithmetic. Add up the stocks, this is the value. Add up the stocks, this is the value. Not cap weighted. That's capitalization weighted. Now here comes the ratio. Look at this ratio, guys. Every time this has, and I go back, you probably guys know, I don't want to drop names, but the good friend, sentiment trader, Jason Gupfert. He actually asked me for this chart. Because I made a comment. I said, you should be looking at the ratio. He goes, you're doing it? I said, yeah, it's simple. You just take two time series and you divide them, then you do a min max on them. And so you could get a sense for what these values mean. And you could see we're making lower, lower, lower. Usually when you get a ratio that goes out of whack, let's say like on correlation studies, that's if we're coming to either up, top or down. Well, we're not going on the downside. This is on the upside. So either there's a topping here, or if it was down here, would be a lowering, and you could see that. One of the two. It does not tell you. The ratio doesn't tell you which one it is. How do you decipher? Well, look at Bollinger Bands there. You could see. So it goes down to 2 sigma, stays there, and then separates. Once, remember, you're looking at a chart this way in real time. Yeah, you don't see that. That's for Monday morning quarterbacks. No, you guys see it in real time. Look at like, for example, Thomas looks at it. You see that here? Boom. That's how it comes. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. So then okay, even though you were at this low, this was a bottom. Now, right now we're not near a low. We're at all-time high again and again. So this chart doesn't give me any comfort either. Again, preponderance of evidence. This is a civil case. This is not a criminal case. Beyond the reasonable doubt, there's no such a thing as a beyond reasonable doubt in the markets. Okay, canaries in a coal mine. Okay, the Dow pulled back. It's at 38.8, so let's say 39,000, 1,000 from the top. Remember, Daddy bought the Dow at 729 thanks to Gil Caffrey, which later on became head of Tiger, and then Front Point that's invested in subprime. It's in the first chapter of my book about that section. Okay, transportation doesn't look good. Why are we going to highs and the S&P and transportation is heading down below 20 bar? The yellow bar is 20 bar. We're below that. Something is wrong. Now, this is what do you call it? This is a death cross. This is a golden cross going up. That's positive. We just went to a death cross. 50 bar, which is a cyan, went below 200 bar, which is this. Now, I should make that a little bit thicker. You see the cross? Yeah, that's not good. Here, we're still on the Russell because of rates, perception of rates being lower, or the fact that maybe there's no rate increase, but maybe the rate cuts are coming. This is adjusting there. And now, remember this talk here about November, December. No rate cuts, no rate. Oh, I'm sorry, 3 to 4 rate cuts in 2024. It rallied. Well, it hasn't gone anywhere because they're so interest rate independent. They don't have a lot of equity. They have a lot of debt. Debt is a little bit cheaper for them because what they don't have, products. What they don't have, management, good management. What they don't have is fortress balance sheet. This is small caps. So this is also going sideways near 50 bar. This is not good when your big names are at all-time high. But basically tells me the big boys are hiding in the big names. There's a demand for the big names. Why? Those 3 items, management, fortress balance sheet, and products. You can't compare, let's say, Ryder Industries with Google. It's never going to happen. So, one is Russell 2000, the other one's, NDX 10. I mean, here's how we look at it. NDX 10. This is NDX top 40, sorted by market cap. Now, be careful. We found out last month on NVIDIA. Jesus, NVIDIA got in front of everybody? Are you serious? It went 136. So the high was 136. Hit my target. Hit 136 to 138. I hit it in chat room about 2 weeks ago. What was the source? Tiger Shark. What do you think? Our next technology for asset management, said, especially for very, very big names. 136 to 138. I have buddies who went at 126, and they were nervous wreck until I came and pulled them out of the toilets, as I call it. Yeah. So I said, guys, what are you worrying about? Think about 136 to 138. One of them bought more calls. He's a happy camper. This weekend he's actually invited me to his house because of that. I said, you know what, I'm busy. But he's done a good job. Yeah, he's good on risk management. And this is a tough name to trade. But we're at largest market cap now. Oh, wow. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Of course, Microsoft has been very strong recently too. Yeah. Now, Avgo, the price is high, but times number of shares, the market cap is about a trillion. Yeah, these guys do a 10-to-1 split too. I would actually buy some Avgo before the split, but not now. Let it downtick one more time. Ooh, somebody's getting his ass kicked. Oh, wow, wow. Yeah, well, oh, wow, yeah. Yeah, fact check, fact check. Yeah, that's the clue. All right, so let's come back here on the chart. Where were we? Canaries. Okay, DT. D trenders. What are we doing here? Below that dead cross there, right? That's a dead cross. Sideways on Russell. Shooting up. So 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it's 5, 3. 5 up, 3 down. Confused. Yeah, you want to be careful when it's 8, 0 or 0, 8. So 5, 3. That's the trender. The trender, by definition, is a price minus a particular moving average. This is the 50. This is the 100. The trender. What is it good for? Big money managers. You could see when this get like a rubber band. It's pulled. You have a bigger reaction. Right now, there's nothing is pulled, and the ratio is, as I said, you want 8, 0 or 0, 8. So we're at 5, 3. So 5 up, 3 down. It's a scoring system. Okay. Again, no one indicator should tell you what to do. If you don't have enough indicators, find more or write more. My problem is I didn't want to use anybody else's work, and so I wrote mine, but it took me 20 years because every time you write an indicator, you have to be back tested. I don't like that actually. I want forward test where it has never seen the data and you live through the data. That's why I run 26 monitors here, equivalent of, because I use big screen and split them up. Because I put indicator up, I don't know if it's any good. I'll tell you in 2 years if it's any good. Why? I'm not in a rush. I have a very good cash flow. Plus, I trade well. So I've learned because of good indicators, you trade well, but also means you just don't call me an indicator and say it's great. You know, our DMC took about 3 years. CI took 2 years to write, but of course, I knew very little of TradeStation back then, back in '99. DMZ took us 3 years, but we had extensive testing, even though it was offshoot of CI. It was actually offshoot of double CI, DCI. But it took us about 3 years to go across different names, NASDAQ, the S&P, big names. It just on and on and on. Yeah. So, as a matter of fact, tomorrow we start next gen of trade number 2, which would be the MZ for it. We already put CI in there for the front end. The back end, we're going to copy and paste from, which is also CI. There's no DMZ on exit. It's a CI. Or end of the day, those will just copy paste from our orb, because orb was written at the very beginning. I created dictum and I said to programmers, we're going to do it this way. If I'm paying for this, we're going to do it this way. Because, well, you have to pay for the time. $200 an hour is not cheap. So might as well. If I'm paying 200, I'm doing the talking. I said we want it all be object oriented, and they said, "Do you know what you're adding to the cost? And you're going to bitch more?" I said, I know. I work on a B2 bomber. Please, I can't get into detail, but yes, believe me, there are reasons you do things a certain way, and in this business, I want to be object oriented. Of course, TradeStation is known for that. It's the premier platform for backtesting. Ninja, none of these guys, Interactive, TD Array, they're for kids. There's no comparison. But this has a longer learning curve. Be careful. Again, you can't come and start it tomorrow. All right, what's happening with vols? Let's go to shock waves. As you know, I look at it this way. I go to time frame, go to weekly. Let's look at a shock wave. Okay, you see how they come in? Yeah. It takes all that noise out, but you see the peaks and valleys. You could see the sigma levels. You could see peaking like 4 sigma. That is the low. That's how it reverted. This is March 23rd, 2020. I mean, I just turned that Sunday. No matter what, it was Monday night news came that Chairman Jerome Powell saved the country by a number of products that he put out that day. Obviously, it was in the works, but that stuff is very, very well kept secret within the confines of what we call the temple, which is the main Fed office in Washington, and so on. If you look carefully, we are at very low end. We're a little bit extended to the downside. We're below 0.6. So next move most likely is going to be to the upside. So let's go back now. Try and put your charts where they were before if you're playing with it. Why? I've got caught when I was tired. I worked on something, left the machine, or just hit save, or the machine saved automatically. Come back in the morning, you don't know what changes you did. You go to trade, and then they fry you. Yes, they fry you big time. So make sure you put it back where you want for next day. These low wicks, these are errors. They're errors. I've talked about the SIBO to a few people I know through the product development. They haven't done anything about it. But anyhow, overall, we're low. We're low, and they're a little bounce there. You can see what's happening with the CIs. The CIs are crossing up. So the next leg is going to be down. Could be a dead cat bounce. We have a bias seasonality into 4th of July. Keep that in mind. And this is a good tool too. If you look at SCW and then min max it, you get a sense about trending and not trending. Right now, we're not trending, it's too low. So we'll see. Keep an eye. Okay, SP1W. Oh, by the way, for the chats I want to go to, we have these charts posted. I have a one heck of a time over the weekend. Put these programs on, the program by itself. These are just linear trend following, and I was having a hard time getting it right. I think, as Thomas was telling me the other night, he thinks we're going to go up a little bit more. I think so. I buy that. We're not extended here yet, but we're getting close. As this thing gets extended, and the CI diffs still doing this, dropping, then I'm jumping with a short. We'll have a still up higher tick. I think so, a little bit, yeah. So I'm waiting for a pullback to get long. But the problem is if you have too big of a pullback, then you miss the short too. Yeah, that's how that goes. Any questions, please post. Again, I'm trying to get out of here by 4 or 5. SQ. Okay, this is what I want to talk about. Are you guys sitting down? And Dennis, in your case, you got the harness on. This is the Navy sailor, right? Okay, you see that spike? You see that spike at 3 sigma? We're almost there. Okay, what was that value? Remember, this all-time high and low. We plot that so we understand our min-max automatically with no bias. You don't want to go into a picture like this and have a preconceived notion because you're going to be ultimately wrong. Best is let the machine tell you. You know, we did that logo, right? We did what's this one? Hold on, let me go here. We did that. Hold on, let's go. Here we go. Go to your YouTube channel. Everything gets posted there. I'm specifically talking about this. Trade what you see, not what you think. Okay? I don't care where you went to school, how smart you were, what you got on SATs. Market will outsmart you. So play it safe. Let the market tell you. Now, listening to a market is a different problem. I'm not saying all of us listen to it carefully. I know I've got a lot to learn and get better. I'm not as good as, like, say, Thomas, but he's a younger generation and very smart, and a lot of rum. Rum helps you, yes. But the problem is he won't tell us what rum he's drinking. But don't worry, I'm going to get like a global hawk over him shortly. I'll call a couple of friends at Nordstrom. We'll figure out. Maybe take a picture far enough that he won't know where we are, but we'll blow it up and figure out the label. We'll get him. Don't worry. Anyhow, we're up there. We're at 3 sigma. 4 sigma is the problem at near all-time high. When that happens, you have 60 days problem. Look at that. Okay, you see it back here in let's see, in 2008. This was not exactly a good one, but if you get 2000, no, look at August of 2018, and by October we're heading south. Okay, that's why I became part of the decade. That trade, and then 2020, this April, in February, I think February 12th, and 3 days went against me, and it got to a point where Admiral Tico was panicking because he's worried about his trips to GBPs. Yeah, yeah. And so, of course, now he's got it. Now I've set up a trust fund for him. It's cool. And that was a big fleet admiral. He has a good pension. But no, the problem was we got a signal like noon, day after my birthday, in December 19. So December 19, 2019, we get a signal on this. On let me put it back. Let me get to it on the boy. Much easier to go there. Let's do it on weekly. Okay, you see that? That was it. That was it. That was it. And look where the market dropped. No, no, that's not it. I'm sorry. Hold on. 19. It's right here, right here, right here. We had a peak there. Oh my God, we've gone even above that. Yeah, this is 170. Hold on, isn't this 21? Yeah, yeah, here. Yeah. Here's that. The drop was in 20, right? This area. So the previous signal was right there. So December. There we go. December 19th. That's it. That week. 3 sigma and 4 sigma at the peak. It didn't even take all-time high out yet. And look what a drop we had. What is this? It's a tail risk. It shows out of money purchases of puts by the very, very big guys. Or what puts? SPX puts. You don't worry about the upside tail risk. It's a downside tail risk. Why? There's no limit up there. Down here, there is. That's panic. We're happy up here. We're panicking down here. Why? The country net is long. We're, we have the greatest economy, greatest group of people, laws that are being protected, and yeah, we got some crazy ones too. But don't worry, we'll take care of them too. The good news is that this is the last place to go bad, always first place to go up. So it's a net long operation. So the drops are going to be faster. This is how I made the money on everything, whether trading or what do you call it? Subscriptions, what have you. As a matter of fact, when things get rough, they all come running to Baba. Okay, Daddy, what do I do? Okay, I tell him, you schmucks. I told you, buy some insurance or get rid of your Baba stocks, and they don't. One guy was down 7 mil. He finally admits this. I should have listened to you, but these puts are expensive. I said, not 6 weeks ago, not 8 weeks ago. I told you. You have my email. And he says, I deleted them. I said, why? Because I didn't want the wife to see it. Can you believe this? He didn't want to know the wife to see it so that it would be evidence that there was email from me saying what to do. And she knows me too. We're good friends. So that, yeah, so, hey, maybe I was lucky that time. But my point is, I'm waiting for this thing to go up. And if I get to 3 or 4 sigma near all-time high, so you have multiple event up there, I'm ready to short. I don't think we're there yet. CI dips tell me we're not there yet either. I'm saying CIs, the combined momentum. All right, now we roll these. Tomorrow's expiration, well, this afternoon was the last trade on the VIX for June. Tomorrow morning they settle. So our lead is now July, and this is July minus October. Let me show it to you. We have to roll that manually. Remember, I wrote this as on used to be. I don't know what they done. The new people on SIBO messed up everything. The social nets. Long July, short October. So it's a 3 month spread. Yes, you can play with 4 months, but stick with 3. Don't change. Don't make it a multi-factor model. If you're not a statistics, you know what I'm talking about. This market is tough enough. Don't make it a moving target. Look at this. Look at you at 92 now. Don't make it a moving target because now uh, you are getting into yourself into a curve fit. You're asking for trouble. Hey, Thomas, we had 92 on SB2. I want to go short badly. I want to go short. You have no idea. Oh wow. Well, we know if you're a PMT, you got an email, and we'll put the trade on. We'll give you a heads up to check your emails on Twitter. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, and then all of that's under command of Admiral Tico. So you want to make sure you're going out there and following Admiral Tico. Here it is. By the way, it's Fleet Admiral Tico. Excuse me. He got his 5th star. He was complaining constantly, Daddy, I did my 5th star. I didn't know why. I figured that later it has to do with his pension. There's a pension. There's no pension of a 5 star is the same as last pay. That's Fleet Admiral Tico. By the way, he's also a KCPE, Knight Commander of Persian Empire. Even though he's a Chihuahua, he's a Roman actually. He's half Chihuahua, half Italian. a Greyhound, so it's a really full Roman. That's why he's at home in Naples. But anyhow, somehow he became a KCPE. Uh, he handles the emails for the heads up, the trade is coming. Take a look at it. Uh, execute, and you go in. And the emails are set up with authentication, so you know it did not come from a rogue regime like Putin. It's coming from Admiral Tico direct. You are very close, Thomas. Yes. So anyhow, so this is what you want to follow. Again, fleet underscore ADM Tico. Fleet means you're a 5-star. And we had a whole issue with it. And my comment to him was, "What the hell have you done? You spent your most of your life at Jimmy P's, at Matt's house, at the cigar bar. The last two fleet admirals were Halsey and Nimitz. They 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 saved Midway for us, and that gave us a chance to beat the Imperial Navy of Japan. But anyhow, he's excelled himself in the market predictions, and you've been on top of it. So remember what he said about you remember what he wrote to Elon? He wrote to Elon 2 years ago saying, "Don't touch this. This is way over your head." How does he do that? Free cash flow analysis. He reads the back of the annual report, not the front. Front always looks good. You go into data. The free cash flow analysis said he can't service the debt. He has to sell assets, get rid of employees, and curtail activity. Actually, there was a time he hadn't paid his bill for the what do you call this cloud services. So they moved some of the servers out. What he didn't know when he smoked pot and did the crazy stuff on air, the advertisements also left. So even though Admiral Tico was spot on, and remember, of the 600 million that we're reporting as earnings, only 50 was real money. 550 of it, or maybe 600 or 650. 50 was 53, 54 million was real income. The balance was stock rights adjustment. Okay, that's a non-cash income. You can't pay interest. You can't pay a coupon on the debt you owe on a non-cash income. He caught it. I don't know. I think Elon knew that. I can't say he didn't knew that. He's too smart, but nonetheless, is yeah. You see where it is. He already written down half the stock. Or the other time when he did, what do you call it? Tesla. On Tesla, he nailed it. He says 133, the low is 135. No, 136. The low was, or 137. Low was. Why? 133 is the what do you call it? The strike for the banks, your bank loans. So Admiral Tico's earnings rigs. All right, let's see. Let's come back here. We're below 4. We're near the highs. We're near the highs. At 0, we're at the lows. Okay, but we're near the highs, guys. The highs are coming to us. That's my point. Okay, they say let the market come to you. We're going there. We're getting close. Yeah. All right. Now my favorite here. This is the oldest indicator I have. Stan Hurley tried to get this thing done by hand. Now here's a guy who ran TARP, Tactical Air Reconnaissance Pod. There were probably 15 people who knew what was inside it. You had to have a Q clearance. You sat in the backseat of F-14, and basically, if you take 2 or 3 of these F-14s together with the backseat with a tarp on each, you have the AWACS. You had really have an AWACS. This way you can launch from a carrier. He was a TARP instructor. Very smart guy, extremely. Went to Texas A&M. Nancy knows him. He used to run our mask, and one day he says, Farry, I have a divorce coming, and she worked for Northrop too. Can you take over just for a couple of weeks? Well, that became 10 years. Yeah. But along the way, he was doing this with in a notebook, actually, not a notepad, notebook, like a chemistry set, with the squares and all that, square pages as a watermark. And he was doing it by hand. And I said, this cannot be, because you couldn't know what these numbers were until the weekend. You sat down and enter the numbers, do the calculation, do a report. And often you could have some mistakes. I said, this is bullshit. He goes, well, young man, you went to Princeton. Can you tell me you have a better solution? I said, yeah. Give me a day or two. Well, we did. We did do it on TradeStation. It was working, but it wasn't as fancy. We didn't have colors on it because those were not available until several years later. But then he quit. Yeah, he had a bad year on Time and Digest. He just quit everything. I don't know what he's doing. I think he's in Arizona with his two kids. Actually, he wrote to me to congratulate me when he saw me. I was Time of the Decade by Time and Digest. But anyhow, this is one of my best tools. It has never failed me. Now, no one indicator is going to be good. We do not give this out. So this is not a happy. It's HA. We don't give this out, but we explain it here. Very bearish, so you got to buy it. Very bullish, you got to sell it. And look where we are. So, Mr. Tomas, I think I'm going to be, maybe I don't do Rob. Maybe I'll do a McAllen. Now, these days I'm doing a little bit better. Maybe I would do a McAllen 30 and then sell this sucker. This is way too high. This is way too high. This is dying. Is screaming at me, say, short me, short me. So we'll see. Treasuries. Okay, treasuries are crazy here. Down here. They're a little bit crazy. Why? Look at the CI diffs. We're still dropping a little bit. We go up, we drop. We go up, we drop. We're getting lower highs. So that's because inflation is coming down. It's not the economy is bad. Okay, inflation is coming down. Last CPI was 0.0, I believe, month to month. That's not, as we say in Persian, with one bloom you don't have a spring. I gotta see more data, but and if we don't, this will spike back up. But these are monthly support and resistance preset in the sense that it takes data of this month to figure out these levels. First of a month they get printed. So this is the first that they say this is, see that 6.3 was first trading month. I know that level. Look where we have been playing against it, all of them. And of course, this I can't deal with. This is Fed. Fed is doing the front month. They can't deal with that. It's 5235. Divide these by 10, by the way, because these are indexed from CBOE and they traded. So they multiply it by 10. But the yield to maturity of the longest maturity available. So it's this is the most recent issue, 30-year, 10-year, 5-year, and of course, current 91-day. This is not, these are yield to maturities. This is not. This is equivalent bond yield. I'm sorry, to get the equivalent bond yield, you have to take discount rate and multiply, raise it to power 4. Okay. By the way, that was a mistake in CNBC. They were doing bad prices. And me and Ed Thorpe, I asked Ed Thorpe to come in to help me on that because he was a master of creating free. He was a master of creating risk-free rate income based on option plays. Very smart cookie. Very smart. He's the guy who did beat the dealer, and the mob said, "Don't come to Vegas. This is not for you." You can read more about him if you go to my website. Here, go to my website. Hit about. These are my teachers. Ed Thorpe. These are the guys who finished Black-Scholes. And Shelton was the one actually had it the year before, but these guys were finished. I just happened to be there and take the courses. I was extremely privileged to have that chance in my life to see that because I played with that, did market volatility calculations, and then I started actually teaching that at CBOE because of my work on Black-Scholes model. Really, really early on. I'm talking about as early as July or August of 1980, 1980. So when I was helping people at the option station on CBOE, not CBOE, at TradeStation, in exchange for what they gave me back as OTF a couple of years later, I would tell them, "Listen, I've been doing this before you guys were in the what do you call it? What was the kid? What do you put on the kids? They have on when they're going diapers." I said, "Before you were diapers, I was doing MIV calculations on HP 67 in the middle of Northrop." Yeah. Anyhow, I have one of the VPs trade with me there, and he was incredible. Yeah, we did really well. We did really well. But then market back then was not as liquid, and you didn't have enough tools, so I could spot an over under so much faster with that HP 65, and it almost got me in trouble because like my office, which is an open setup, open office, flat office, became like a trading desk. It was bad. Yeah. All right, no signal here. I don't like to digress. That's 4:51. You got 9 minutes. No signal here. Why? We're not extreme up or down. Now, this could be because this week we're quiet. Yesterday and today, yeah. You get holiday and it's the summertime, and you got a rollover. Nothing is happening. Yeah, they took the worst day to do this June teen and stuff because it's going to be for I think for as long as we live, it's going to be right in the middle of a rollover. It's the middle of a third week of uh, June. But who knows? Well, I don't know. Who knew what 200 years ago? Or was it 400 years ago? Whatever that happened. But anyhow, here. Now, let's take a look at this. This is a buying index, buying power index from Lowry. Okay, it's still short. And this is going to be busting up. This is really short, bad. This will work of Peter Cook, our go-to meeting moderator for NQ. Especially when I'm not around, he's doing that. Shorts here on the EMD. EMD is not actually doing bad. Look where it is against the short. This is the problem. We're short as we're still rallying up. Russell, we just went long now. Actually, yesterday. It went long yesterday, and then look what happened that day. Short down here, switch and went to long. So it's very sensitive. This is long. We'll be long here too. This is the problem. Okay, hold on. Yep. This is oh, what happened there? We are long. Interesting. So what was wrong here? Hold on. We had bad data maybe? It happens. Hold on, this is short. This is a long. This has been a long for a while. Yeah. This was probably a bit problem. Sometimes you get C next to it means correction. Nations is what we use for. Actually, Peter does. There's a couple of webinars on that. They get out on YouTube. Excuse me, I get hiccups. This is better than VIX than anything out there, as far as I know. But you got to understand what's between TDEX. The website is nations.com. Nations.com, yes. I said, what the name is that for a trading tool? It's a synthetic data, much better than VIX because VIX is easily manipulated. Not VXO, not the old VIX that you have for like Russell or NASDAQ, but the SPX VIX, the new one is a disaster, in my opinion. That's not, that's also, I'm seconding what the inventor said, which is Robert Whaley, Dr. Robert Whaley, the guy who finished Black-Scholes model. And this one doesn't. You can't do that with this. The problem with our VIX is that it goes based on volume. So you don't think the market makers are going to manipulate that? I think you're very naive. You have never spent any time on the floor. Yeah. I taught there for 2-3 days and I moved to Chicago. No, 2 years. I taught there 2 years and then I moved to Chicago, lived there 8 years. And I had my own badge. I would just walk in. There's a lot of crooked activity there. At least, let's not take that. They say they're taking advantage of the rules. But who wrote the rules? Remember, history is written by the victors, right? They wrote the rules, they're playing it. The rules are not fair. I've got into trouble with it, but I don't teach over there anymore because I couldn't speak my mind. I got to speak my mind. I've got data. I'm going to back up what I take. And people who don't like what I say, tough. At the end, I'll be right. There's plenty of data that shows I've been right for so long. Not just this, but also the political market and so forth. The issue is data. Do you understand the data? Do you process the data? And do you take your personality out of it? Purely look at the data. Don't get excited. Look at the data. Let's go to the next two charts, guys. Oh, by the way, these are the two charts that Thomas uses a lot. Here's your. He taught me. I watched this. Here's my what do you call it? Max Payne on let's see, on the SPY and Q. I've connected it to my homepage, so every morning it comes up. I turn it on, it comes. Plus it updates at some frequency, so you can see that's the time. Yeah, so I could see what Max Payne is. Easy one is here. You can spot it there, but you can see what the area going. Here's the Q, but we have to refresh that. Okay. Let's go to here. I want to go there. Okay, here's your 50. It's a 50-day moving average. Number of S&P names out of 500. The above their respective 50-day average. We are at 49. Murray, what is this telling you? This is a problem when you're at all-time high. Let's go to 200. Yeah. Murray again. It's only 68. Guys, something is brewing underneath. That's not super clear to all of us, but we will live to see that. With that said, I'm going to wrap up. Not going to take questions. I'll take one question because I got to go. It's 4:57. Any questions for me? And I'll be more than happy to put, if it's stock you want me to analyze, I'll put it on swing. We'll talk about that. Tesla, this is NVIDIA and Avgo. You gotta look at that. We added Avgo to our list for me to watch to Tiger Shark for day trading myself. Any questions, guys? This is NVIDIA, Reg FD, very good friend. 80% of her net worth is in this stock. I know. What is she thinking? I don't know. And she's not even blonde. And she went to Hofstra. Does that give you any clue? Yeah. I mean, you got to stop and say, what? Yeah, that's how this thing's moved. I mean, Avgo actually, that 1 week actually did crazy. This is Avgo. NVIDIA is actually far more violent. You know why? Size. Far more violent. Look what it's done. And look at the market cap. Now it's the most expensive stock on the U.S. markets now. 3.35. And I'll tell you, I've got two of them in one machine in the other room. We had to separate the rooms. And legally, we should too. TCM for the asset management versus HA, which is analytics. And I have a standby here ready for an older i9 with one NVIDIA. The other one has two NVIDIAs in there. Don't ask me what are they for. But obviously, it's a GPU, high-speed calculations. Look at the volume, 290 million. And we hit 136. Yeah, I better go collect. Okay, guys, I'm done. We'll see you 2 weeks from now, but on a Wednesday. All right. I asked for any questions. None was posted, so I assume we're done. All the best. This will be posted once I get back here tonight. Okay. All the best. Thank you. Thank you, Dennis. I appreciate that, sir. And thanks for all your help all these times. We should do lunch one of these days.